Hi, everyone. This is the edition of Three Stories where I try to convince you to care about another country's politics, like a little bit. Canada just had a major election and elected a new liberal prime minister. His name is Mark Carney, and he just squeaked out a victory over his conservative rival. But you're like, this is Canada. Why do we care? I'm going to give you a few reasons. Because as always, everything is connected. This can be interpreted as a reaction to Trump's tariffs. Like, you sick a giant tariff on us, we're going to get you back, with a guy who has a background in central banking and knows how to possibly inflict the pain that you did on us. And that's the thing about Carney. With his background in banking, many expect him to bring all of that knowledge to fixing the Canadian economy, especially in response to these tariffs. Here's another reason why you should care. Political polarization is real, and it's not just happening here in the United States. As I said, this liberal victory was slim. In fact, the conservative candidate was expected to win as recently as earlier this year. Liberals still don't have a majority in parliament, so that means they're going to have to find a way to work together. But the overall picture here is we're seeing a deeper divide between liberals and conservatives, not just on U.S. soil, but also in Germany, like we talked about a few months ago, and now in Canada. And finally, this election has real potential to impact the economy. One possibility that some people are floating now is maybe Canada will just focus on working more closely with Europe to increase trade. And where would that leave the US? Right now, they are really working to get back in Trump's good graces. If Canada and Europe decide to team up, does that create a whole new political dynamic to deal with? As you see, lots of reasons to care about this, and that's why what happens elsewhere can impact what happens here. Story number 2, the report card is in for Trump's first 100 days in office, and it is a failing grade, at least according to this poll. This is an NPR poll, and 54% of people surveyed thinks he gets a failing mark. They gave it like a grading system, A through F, and 23% say he would pass with flying colors. Now, I looked at a Fox News poll too, because when it comes to polling, your numbers are only as good as the people that you ask and how varied their political opinions are. So in a separate Fox News poll, which was conducted right around the same time, the results are slightly different, although still not positive. His approval rating there was 44% compared to a 55% disapproval rating. And finally, story number 3, Travis Kelce being dragged into the Justin Baldoni-Blake Lively drama. So Travis Kelce unfollows Ryan Reynolds on Instagram. Why does this matter? Of course, Ryan is married to Blake. Blake is involved in this huge legal case against Justin Baldoni. And as we know, Taylor was dragged into the whole legal drama when she was referred to in one of Blake's text messages as one of her dragons. When that hit the press, things exploded. And apparently it looks like it's too much drama for Travis, who is now removing himself, at least for now, on social media. Those are your 3 stories. Have a great day. Comment, leave your thoughts below.